Football is back. The Texans and the Bears faced off in the annual Hall of Fame game August 1st this Thursday, and it went pretty interesting. I mean, it ended in 3 quarters. It ended at severe weather was coming, and they decided it just wasn't worth it to play it through. So we saw the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears go at it for 3 quarters. Finally, in a football game that we have been waiting for all summer. All offseason, we've just been waiting for football to be back, and it is officially here. We saw Brett Rypien versus Davis Mills, a showdown of the ages. And I mean, it really didn't disappoint. Brett Rypien had a great game. Davis Mills played really well as well. It was a pretty turnover clean game. Brett Rypien threw for 3 touchdowns. Davis Mills threw for a touchdown himself. It was very, very interesting. I know it's preseason. A lot of people probably still bet on it because, you know, they love sports betting and all this, all that. I was just excited to watch football again. It's just finally back. It's here. Hall of Fame games always pretty interesting. You know, you don't really have any notable names starting. We know Davis Mills was a starter for that Texans team for around a year or two. And it was just a very interesting showdown. Bears took it 21-17 again in the end of 3 quarters. Severe weather ended that game short. Everyone wanted to see Caleb Williams. We knew he wasn't playing. He dressed out, got his picture taken and everything. He did not play though. We shall see him some point in this preseason. I am very excited to see what he has when he puts everything on full display. We saw the Bears the other day practicing sliding on that slip and slide before the game. 2 very, very interesting teams. Texans are a team that in this regular season are going to be very, very fun to watch with a loaded offense, a good defense, very young, a lot of chemistry, second-year head coach. Bears are a team that have been rebuilding, hoping to get their first ever franchise guy that really sticks, and he makes an impact there in their city, just with more players going out and getting talent. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, players in the draft, a lot of teams. Both very young teams, both with a lot of potential, and both that want to put on and show out for their city this season. So this was a great Hall of Fame game in my opinion. 2 of the youngest rising teams in the NFL. Loved the matchup, loved the way they played it, and I just think it was a great game, and I'm just sad it ended after 3 quarters. Honestly, this is a game I wanted to see go the full distance. It was a really good game too. 4-point game, you know, ended it for 3. I thought it was a great game. You know, obviously I wish they would replay it with their starters, with their stars. 2 very, very fun teams this season. 2 teams that have silent impacts on the league. 2 teams that could sneak in both sides of the respective playoff bracket and make some noise, maybe make a run. The Bears looking to get back in the playoffs again since 2019. I believe it was 2019, the year they lost to the Saints in the wild card. Might have been 2020, 2021. Might have been 2020. But it's just 2 teams, a ton of potential. Very, very interesting, very fun to watch. I cannot wait to see what they do this season. Again, I mean, we did see some starters on display. We saw Khalil Herbert. He won't be a starter because they brought in, obviously, DeAndre Swift. But he'll be he's a solid backup. He started last season after the departure of David Montgomery to Detroit. Very solid running back there. A receiver that made a name for himself and started to emerge during this game. Colin Johnson. He only had 3 receptions. He took 2 of those into the end zone. He went for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns. Very solid stuff there. Xavier Hutchinson on the other side of that for the Texans had a very solid game as well. 56 yards off 5 catches. Did not find the end zone, but still a very respectable game there for Xavier Hutchinson, about a wide receiver 4 or 5 on that Texans roster. Just a lot of players that we're not going to get to see in the regular season. Obviously, this is their time to shine. It's preseason. This is what they're for. Players fighting for that 53-man roster, and I think we really saw an emergence out of Colin Johnson there in Chicago. Will he be an impact player during the season? Probably not, but it's very interesting to see him come out, break out during this game, and make a name for himself. Probably make that 53-man roster now, probably sit pretty nice in that receiver room. There's a lot of talent above him, so will he get in actual games regular season, get his opportunity? Probably not, but it's very nice to know what you have there and the potential in that room. Colin Johnson did a great job making a name for himself. Again, overall, just a very clean game. Really no turnovers on either side of the ball, really. 1 fumble lost from Chicago, but we know the conditions were not the best throughout this game. And again, no interceptions thrown, clean quarterback play, looking like we are ready to get full season form going. I'm so excited to wake up Sunday mornings, the anticipation of red zone, setting your fantasy lineup, getting everything ready for the day, and then just sitting down, chilling, watching the NFL all day long. Oh, it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for the NFL season to get into full effect, but for now, the Hall of Fame game will hold me over. Cannot wait to see the rest of these preseason games and eventually week 1 NFL kickoff, leading off to one of the greatest seasons of all time. Fall with NFL, pumpkin spice. I mean, we have everything in fall. Fall is my favorite season. It's the perfect season. You have NFL, college football, high school football. You have pumpkin patches, Halloween, pumpkin spice from Starbucks. What's there not to love about fall? It's just a great season, and the NFL definitely carries that season. I'm so excited to get back in a full season form, but again, for now, this will hold me over. I love you all very, very much. Thank you for tuning into today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe. We're almost at 1,000. I love you all very much, but most importantly, keep God number one. It's been Brogan Hillman, and I'm out.